Welcome to Let's Make It Happen, and I'm Aaron Sutton. Let's get started. First of all, I'd like to start off today just by saying it doesn't matter what your situation is right now, or what's happening in your life right now, or where you've come from, or what you think is going to happen next. None of that stuff really matters. It just depends on what you do personally, what you physically and the actions you take is all that really matters. Like, if I showed you a photo of where I was born and where I'm from, your immediate response would be, he shouldn't be where he is right now. And then again, if I told you that I was an Aboriginal Australian, man, you looked at the statistics, you'd say, he shouldn't be where he is right now. I just use that as a constant reminder to myself that doesn't matter where I was from, doesn't matter what the odds are, what the stats say. As long as I do what I need to do and I look at improving myself and making myself better every day, it doesn't matter what it looks like right now. Because I'm taking action and I'm working towards changing it to how I want it to look in the future. Alright, from the last video we talked about writing down our goals, or all the things we wanted to achieve and do, or the people we wanted to meet, or the places we want to see. So now with that information that we all wrote down, and I said the more you're going to write, the more you're going to realize there's things that you never thought you really wanted. So with that information, now we want to try and develop some goals. And that's the things that we're going to start working towards. But remember, as we're developing these things, that mindset is crucial. You need to be positive. You need to be thinking, I can do this. I will achieve this. You need to start visualizing it in your head. You need to start believing it. You need to start dreaming about it at nighttime. Another thing I like to do is when I'm lying in bed and I've finished saying goodnight to my kids and my wife, and I've finished looking at any emails or anything that I need to do, I like to lie in bed, I like to close my eyes, and I like to visualize my dream. I like to visualize me achieving that dream. Maybe you should try that because it helps you set up your dreams for that night. When you go to sleep, you go to sleep at peace knowing that you've achieved all these things. And then that next morning when you wake up fresh, you wake up hungry and ready to go, and you're focused on what you need to do. We need to start taking pride in what we do. Like when we're at school, kids that are at school or people that are at uni, when we're at school, we need to take pride in everything that we do. We're learning information, we're learning knowledge. And that knowledge is going to help us attain or get to where we need to go. We need to start approaching it with respect, and we need to start being focused and make sure we're getting all that information we can get so that we can use it again, right? Like, I see too many people coming to school and they don't care. I'm never going to use maths again. I'm never going to use English. Look, I'm going to let you into the secret. Your life, how you turn out and how your life turns out depends solely on how valuable you are to the people around you, to the environment around you. The more value you have in your life, in your personal skill set, the more valuable you're going to be to the world. Okay? So you need to understand that when you're going to English, when you're going to maths, you're adding value to yourself. I know sometimes we think, oh, I'm never going to have to use algebra in real life. But you don't understand is that's adding to your intellect. That's adding to you. So later on down the track, you might know algebra, but later on down the track, that's going to allow you to learn something else that might actually help you, that you might actually use in day-to-day life. So you need to understand, we're constantly refining our skill set. We're constantly trying to develop more. Look, I'm telling you right now, something I heard and it changed my life completely, all right? If you consciously make the effort to read one book a month in the area or field that you want to be in 5 years' time, you'll be in the top 10% of expertise and knowledge in that field. Like to me, that's mind-blowing, because just to know that you just putting in that extra effort, once a month isn't much to read a book, but you putting in that extra effort and getting just those little extra words and the little extra concepts and ideas, that's going to add so much value to your life over 5 years. You know, the only time you really fail is when you quit. And that is the honest to God truth. It doesn't matter if you haven't quit yet and something's happened and you feel like you've failed already, but you haven't quit yet, you haven't failed, because you're going to adapt and you're going to try and change and try and work at this again and give it another go, you haven't failed yet. The only time you fail is when you say, nah, I can't do it. That's failure. And we want to avoid that. And that's why it's a big, big thing that we're constantly developing these skills and we're developing ourselves. We're adding value to ourselves, because a lot of the times when things don't go our way, we tend to talk about everything around us changing instead of us. We tend to think, maybe the housing market will change, or maybe the job market will change, or when the dollar changes, or anything like that. Don't worry about that stuff. You don't have any control over any of that stuff. I tell you what you do have control over. You've got control over yourself, your mind and your heart. All right? So if you work on adding value to yourself, sharpening your skill set, then that's all the change you need. All right, guys, thank you for joining me again. Remember, like, share, subscribe, comment down below, anything. It would be good to hear from you guys. Maybe if you have some questions you want me to answer for the coming videos, let's make it happen. Remember, smile, be happy, be positive. See you guys next time.